George Clooney just admitted he's too old to care about his reflection, and honestly, that might be the most attractive thing he's ever said. Forget the salt and pepper hair and the Italian villa. Turns out the secret to his perfect marriage isn't romance, it's apathy about wall paint. Stay with me, because this gets better. So George sat down with Seth Doane to talk about his latest film, and before they even started rolling, the interviewer asked if he wanted to check himself in the camera. George's response: "I don't care about that. I'm too old." Sir, you're George Clooney. You could show up in a potato sack and still make half the population swoon. But here's the thing, he's not playing humble. He's actually serious. At 64, he's waving goodbye to vanity like it's an ex he finally blocked. If you're hanging on to any kind of vanity at 64, you're chasing your tail, man. It's going to bite you. And you know what? He's right. We're all out here with ring lights and filters. Meanwhile George is like, there are paparazzi photos where I look like an idiot, and I've made peace with it. That's not just confidence, that's enlightenment. That's therapy-level self-acceptance, and he didn't even need to journal about it. But wait, it gets deeper. George says aging has actually made him less angry and more grounded. Translation: he's unlocked the final level of adulthood where you stop caring about being right. Remember when you were 25 and would die on a hill defending your opinion about literally anything? George is past that, way past that. Which brings us to the most shocking part of this interview. George and Amal Clooney have never had a fight. Never. Not once. And before you roll your eyes and call it Hollywood PR nonsense, he actually explains how. It's not because they're perfect, it's because he's stopped caring about the small stuff. When you're younger, you want to be right about everything. Don't paint that color wall, he said. Amal and I, famously, everybody gets ticked off when I say it, but we've never had a fight. We've never had an argument. His secret: if Amal wants to paint a wall red, he doesn't care. Not in a dismissive way, in a, why would I waste energy arguing about paint, way. And honestly, that's revolutionary. Most relationships implode over thermostat settings and whose turn it is to take out the trash. Meanwhile, George is over here like, pick whatever color you want, babe. I'll be in the kitchen making espresso. And if you thought he was only wise about marriage, wait until you hear what he said about parenting. When asked about being a dad, he joked, "You'll have to ask our kids in about 10 years when they're in therapy." Classic George. But then he got real. He drives them to school most days, and he and Amal are present. Not perfect, just present. Everybody screws it up somewhere along the way. We're just trying to do the least of it as we can. That's it. That's the formula. Not Instagram-worthy perfection, just showing up and trying not to mess up too badly. Revolutionary. Maybe not. Refreshing. Absolutely. So what's the takeaway here? George Clooney isn't winning at marriage because he's rich or famous or ridiculously good-looking. He's winning because he stopped caring about being right and started caring about being happy. Wild concept, right? Drop a comment and tell me if you think you could survive a relationship without a single argument, because I'm skeptical. And if you're new to Gossip Galaxy, hit that subscribe button because we're serving celebrity tea all day, every day. Now go argue less and live more. George said so.